Hi, I'm Tim Needles from Smithtown High School East on Long Island, New York, and I just recently worked with my media and art students to create a mural that promotes water and aquatic ecology conservation. We began by researching why water conservation efforts were necessary, and then we looked at local efforts to conserve water and compared them with national and global efforts around the world. We looked at how our actions affect the environment and the aquatic ecosystem and which animals were affected. Then we drew and studied the different animals that were affected locally in our area. The students created sketch notes of everything they learned and began to work on a design for creating a mural that would promote water conservation in our area, in the school, and the community. We used some National Geographic resources, such as a video on the role of images in storytelling with director James Cameron, to help prepare us. We also collaborated with science classes at a sister school through Google Hangout and looked at ways that we could implement local change. After the students completed their individual water conservation murals, we critiqued them as a class and discussed the importance of the images in the storytelling and which elements best conveyed water conservation. We then collaborated to create one mural design that we would all work on together that would help make an impact in our community and that could be shared on social media and elsewhere. Once we arrived at a final design, the students worked together to draw it out on a 4-foot by 8-foot canvas. Once the drawing was complete, the students worked together and collaborated to paint the mural. Drawing and painting on such a large surface required some math in order to get the proportions correct, and the students learned a lot in the process. So what's something that you learned from this project?
I learned that Long Island actually has the most contaminated water from all of New York, even though we have a natural cleaning system.
I learned that otters symbolize healthy water, and for a while the otters have been missing.
And I learned that it is that our drain water immediately goes into the river, so it's important to keep it clean and only let storm rain go down it.
What I learned was that we are currently losing a lot of the biodiversity in our ocean because of the rising temperatures in water, and that causes the coral to die. This is something known as coral bleaching. 50% of the coral has already died off, and most of that is found in Australia. This is a really big issue because without that, it will offset the entire ecosystem in the ocean, and we really have to fix that.
We learned that a lot of the issues we face here on Long Island are similar to those around the world.
Learning about water conservation and creating the mural also evolved into a new project, which was creating smaller murals for the local storm drains that would educate the community and make a more direct impact. We also worked together to create and organize a beach cleanup locally.
So after we finish the mural, we're going to be doing a beach cleanup because plastic in the oceans does not just affect us, but it affects many people all over the world, and not just us, but also animals too.
The students and I learned a great deal through this project. I was inspired by National Geographic to add action on top of the great learning about art and science. Thanks to this project, we're going to continue our efforts to work on water conservation by collaborating with science classes here at the school and globally through social media.